Dude, Luke, the printer's still busted, man. What the fuck?
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to episode 66 of the Topless Robot podcast. My name is Ryan.
I'm Tyler. Can we say execute podcast 66?
No,
because you've already spoiled the whole fucking movie.
You just did.
You ruined the joke before you could even make it.
Is this
When has that?
It is episode 66.
I was gonna say, when has that ever stopped him? And he did it anyway.
Yeah, he did it anyway. Yep.
Episode 66.6.
No, we've got...
Well, if we add up all the times we had to stop and restart due to a technical issue, that could be 0.6.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Good point.
So
That was funny.
it's been a
It was
week.
also very, very apt considering what just happened this week.
Why are you dressed like Shaggy today?
I don't know.
Oh my God, he's dressed like Shaggy.
Like Zoink Scoob.
It's funny because you're not the Sony.
Because I
hero.
decided to use more than 10% of my for this
Ultra
podcast.
Instinct Shaggy DLC to the podcast.
Okay, so I didn't think about that. I did not even... do I look like someone who looks in the mirror before leaving the
Dude,
house?
it'd be even better if you hadn't shaved off the chin stubble you had going
I
on.
know.
Right.
You would look exactly like Shaggy.
Yep. Wow. I think we found next year's Halloween costume for him.
I mean,
You better start growing that scruff now.
Carter already did it this year.
He was Shaggy this year?
Whatever.
That's
Do it
weird.
better and then kick his ass.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, as the true Ultra Instinct Shaggy.
I'll grow my hair out too. Super Saiyan.
The first thing I want to touch on is the movie Cats came out.
Yes. My favorite part of this is all the reviews.
I should have
Oh
brought...
my God, dude, the reviews.
I should have brought my copy of T.S. Eliot's works so I could read from the original source material.
So I have to bring up some of the reviews,
I feel like
or
this
like
is
some of the blurbs at least.
Brooks, this may be the first time you've needed a book and not had it.
Yeah, I mean, I have books in my bag. They're just science fiction books.
Yeah, but not the
so-
book you need.
No.
That's what I mean.
Well,
You always have the book you need.
well, I'm out of time because today is Christmas, except that it isn't because I did Christmas with my family today, and we went to some like really shitty like vegan place for my brother
Why'd you do Christmas today? That's a weird one.
yeah.
because they're out of town.
Oh,
Yeah,
there you go.
they're out of town.
All right, so here's
Christmas.
a sampling, a dramatic reading, if you will, of the synopses of the reviews for Cats.
Welcome to Reviews by Ryan.
Rotten
Synopsis
Tomatoes critics consensus. Despite its formidable cast, this Cats adaptation is a clawful mistake that will leave most viewers begging to be put out of their misery. Boston Globe. My eyes are burning. Oh God, my eyes. Collider. Can you make a movie so bad that the Academy takes back your Best Director Oscar? Asking for Tom Hooper. The Beat. Cats is the worst thing to happen to cats since dogs. Hollywood Reporter. Catastrophic. LA Times. Cats is both a horror and an endurance test.
Cats, it's dog shit.
Slash Film. There is a thin line between idiocy and genius, and Cats pukes a hairball on it and rubs its asshole over it. Variety. 9 may not be enough lives for some of the stars to live down their involvement in this poorly conceived and executed adaptation of Andrew Lloyd Webber's hit musical.
Looking at you, Idris Elba.
Little White Lies. I felt the light inside me slowly fading.
This is my favorite thing. I'm so happy this movie exists.
The Playlist. Once Tom Hooper's 110 minutes of Cats are over, theater is dead, and we unchosen ones are left, tragically, to continue living.
Yeah, but you get to loot the bodies.
New York Times. It's amazing to see what Adult Swim can accomplish with a $100 million budget.
That's the best one.
Yep. There we go.
I never knew Tom Hooper was capable of making a surrealist nightmare that would rival Jodorowsky, that could baffle David Lynch, that would prompt even the dark god Cthulhu to admit an impressed eldritch shriek of
I can hear the fedora on that one real hard.
Yeah.
And Jodorowsky's films are the most controversial, and The Holy Mountain is an absolute masterpiece.
Vulture. To assess cats as good or bad feels like the entirely wrong axis on which to see it. It is, with all affection, a monstrosity. The Daily Telegraph. Glad to report that Cats is everything you'd hoped for and more. A mesmerizingly ugly fiasco that makes you feel like your brain is being eaten by a parasite. A viewing experience so stressful that it honestly brought on a migraine. And there's a lot more of these.
So can we please do a
Netflix
Topless
already
Robots
pulled Cats,
watches?
and they haven't even
God.
released it yet.
So that's just a sampling of some of the blurbs for Cats.
Is it 0% on Rotten Tomatoes? It has to
I
be,
haven't
right?
even looked.
Can I get a negative score? Because
They just get rid of the Rotten
it's like
Tomato.
golf, right? The lower the score you have, the better you're doing.
They just get rid of the tomato and they just replace it with a poop emoji.
Oof.
It's just like that litter box.
That's what they did for the emoji movie.
Yeah.
18%.
Wow. So there are people that like it. That's,
Yeah, it
that's
is-
surprising.
That is not the lowest Rotten Tomatoes score I've seen.
That's just because of the cast.
Um,
There's a lot of people who are probably afraid to say that movie's bad because people they love are in it.
Well,
But-
there are a lot of good actors like
Idris Elba
Elba's in
and
it.
all
Listen,
kinds of,
the
yeah.
Cannonball Run's ill-fated sequel that doesn't exist
What?
also had celebrities of note.
I didn't. No, the Cannonball Run didn't have a sequel.
So
If it did, it would.
the this has apparently led to an unprecedented act in that Universal, if you've seen Cats already and you were horribly disappointed, prepare to be disappointed again in entirely new ways, because Universal is releasing a patched version of the movie to theaters to replace. Yeah, they've changed the movie and are resending this new updated version to theaters for screening.
It's
And
just-
then this one, they get rid of all of the CGI, and it's just them running around in cat costumes.
No, they're just in their mocap suits. They just released the fucking dev footage that they were using for it.
I'd
Excuse
watch
me,
it.
Meow Cap suits.
Just like Mario.
Yeah, yes. Meowario.
I'm leaving.
Well, it's
Is
nice.
this what it's like
Finally.
talking to me?
It is so much like that.
A little bit.
Shit, I'm annoying.
The IP was never good to begin with, like Cats in general.
Isn't it the longest running musical?
I think so, but not because it's good, because it's just still going.
They never told people. They never told him to leave Broadway. They just kept going. And they're like,
we need to have a filler to get uncultured people to hang out on Broadway. What do we got? Cats.
I mean,
That's
to
the
be
internet.
fair, have you ever tried to kick a stray away from your house? Like, it's not going to happen.
I embrace the strays that aren't by my house because the old lady at the corner of our neighborhood is the one that leaves all the food out. So I don't have to deal with it.
And if the internet has taught us anything anyway, furries have infinite disposable income, so they can just keep paying to see cats over and over and over again. It's their representation. It's their culture.
I don't think this is furry representation. I don't think furries think this is furry representation.
furries are probably.
I wish we had
Creating a
a
freaking-
go-to reference we can ask. You know,
Furries-
petition
furries-
to get this movie taken off because it gives them a bad name.
Furries.
Good! I don't respect furry rights.
What would be amazing is if furries collectively get together to form a statement against cats. The furry community does not condone this representation of anthropomorphic animals.
I would fucking love if they did
I
that.
want them to do it so bad.
no, they'll be.
Tips. Furdora.
But
Okay, switch spots with Tyler.
Where's the squirt bottle? Where's the squirt bottle?
Hand over your blue wig.
Oh,
Stupid.
look, I can't help it when I'm on fire. I'm on fire, man.
Jokes are fire, fam.
Little did you know, all of our features are actually interchangeable.
You two are just modular, but they're like Mr. Potato Heads.
Build your own podcast crew.
Welcome to the deep fake podcast. My name could be Brooks.
Staying in the kink vein, because obviously everything that we were just talking about is definitely stroking someone's kink.
Yes.
Punished furries.
We learned this past week that an episode of the podcast
Oh,
Yes.
is
yeah.
on a playlist,
You know, I almost
someone's
forgot.
YouTube playlist that is dedicated to feet.
It's so funny.
we have made it.
We
guys.
have made it. Yeah, I think it was episode 8.
It doesn't get
is
better.
on this playlist
Yeah.
now. That is dedicated to feet. I don't know how long we've been on it. I was just looking at analytics and
Ryan,
saw.
Someone keeps watching this video, but only for about 5 minutes.
Whoa,
A
5
very
minutes.
specific 5 minutes in the.
It's just some part where you can
It's
see
like
Ryan's
so
feet the
they've
most.
got the way that they represent viewing on YouTube in the analytics is like kind of a line, right? Everyone it starts at the top. And from left to right, it is the duration of the video. So if someone went back and rewatched something, it would cause a spike in that line. But usually, what you see is that line, going down by the time you get to the end because people stop watching at various points, throughout the video.
Right.
And so the analytics for that video would be like kind of going down and then big spike up and then kind of going right back down.
Well,
How does it feel knowing that there's
Someone
a
has
very
masturbated to
real
your feet?
possibility that someone's masturbated to your feet, Ryan?
And the sound of our voices.
And well, I think
Kind of proud.
I could only get off if I hear Tyler.
That is the
and
answer
Brooks
I expected
saying
from-
some weird shit.
From someone like you, right?
You know?
Yeah.
Like, look, if that's what they want to do, fucking fine. I don't really give a shit. It doesn't impact me.
hey, you know what? And if anything, it's a compliment.
Yeah,
I
oh,
mean,
absolutely.
They see your feet as desirable
Hey.
for some reason.
You know, I'm going to do something so that way this episode gets watched.
Are you oh no. Oh no.
Ooh, it's an unboxing.
Oh man.
Ooh, can we put on the smooth jazz? Get the Kenny G going in here.
So we have yet to truly make it though, because we're not yet on WikiFeet. Once we're on WikiFeet, we'll have made it.
Yeah, man. I called someone out to do that a long time ago, and that means someone out there is slacking. And someone in our audience whose job it is to do this has not made a foot fetish article
Yeah, Brent.
for Ryan Shreb.
Whoever you are, our viewer that put us in this YouTube playlist, you have a mission. Do not fail us.
There we go. Now we
Ooh.
got that's
Ooh, that's
some
some-
big rich. I might have to blur that. That's
You should-
this is too hot
not
for YouTube.
not for teenage consumption.
Demonetized.
Look, I know everyone says don't kink shame or whatever, but if feet make you horny, you're fucking gross.
I still, I mean, whatever floats your boat, man. I mean, it's as long as you're not oppressing someone else or their autonomy in the satisfaction of your kink. Fucking let your freak flag fly. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, and I kink shame literally every fetish anyway, so it's not like I'm picking one to make fun of.
He's an equal opportunity.
If you fuck
hater.
ice cream cones, you're sick.
Every fetish you have is gross. You're all disgusting.
Ew, missionary, how dare you?
I've seen.
Did you lust after another human being? You disgust me.
Dan always leaves room for Jesus.
You fucking harlot.
Because Dan wants a threesome, damn it.
Cover up thine ankles, wench.
Ooh,
Dan wants to bring
ankles.
Dan wants to bring back the Scarlet Letter.
It's
So,
F.
Watchmen finished up this past week as well.
Yes, it did. And it was brilliant.
And really, that's I mean, I wouldn't say it with such flamboyance, but
Well, I will.
I agree with the sentiment. What I was hesitantly optimistic for, like I was kind of, do we really need this? When we were seeing the previews, damn, they did a good fucking job with that. And I hope that it doesn't get a second season.
I was literally about to say this. There's not a lot of TV where I've been like, man, I don't want to see more.
Because I don't know what the fuck they do.
No, I don't either.
The adaptation of Cats.
Oh god. they
No, he slays the entire cast of Cats.
Actually, I changed my mind.
Season 2, baby. Someone give me $1 million.
Angela Abar just pops in like
right.
like the Kingsman church scene, but they're all cats.
Right. They told an outstanding rich story within that universe. Kept it tied to the source material very well, and told the story that they needed to tell, buttoned it up well. It doesn't need more. It absolutely doesn't need more.
It was one of the most perfect seasons of television I've ever seen, and I'm not over exaggerating. I fucking loved every second of that. There have been very few shows where I'm like, I gotta watch the new episode now.
Which is really impressive.
So I feel about C-SPAN.
Which is really impressive because consider how many shows that you've started watching that don't get good until the second season.
Mm-hmm. This one was just...
They're like, this is all we got, and put it all out there and executed it masterfully.
So good.
Very, very good series.
I really hope that there are some kind of awards that
I'm sure they're probably
producers,
gonna-
all that get,
yeah.
because that just...
But it's going to be a busy season for that sort of thing because we've got Mandalorian, we've got
Witcher.
Watchmen, Witcher, we've got His Dark Materials, though His Dark Materials hasn't been getting nearly as much attention as other series have. I think it deserves
The only reason
it.
I haven't watched it is because I don't have HBO.
Sure.
And I will probably get HBO once the the season is kind of wrapping up, so I can just kind of catch up real quick and then get rid of it again because I don't watch HBO apart from very specific programming.
Yeah.
I definitely just have it for whenever I see a show I want to watch. Like,
Sure.
okay, I'm going to resubscribe for a little bit, and then I'm going to cancel.
Everyone is trying to compete for attention that Game of Thrones had for as long as it did.
Right.
And which means a nice byproduct of that is that all these shows are getting better writing, better production values.
Higher budgets, and things like that. Yeah. But a good segue to The Witcher.
Yes, The Witcher.
You're the only one of us who's watched all of it, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on episode 6. I got to episode
I'm like in the middle of episode 2. Go on.
Yep, say it.
Say it. Say
Go
it.
on.
Say it.
I haven't seen any of it.
There we go. There we go.
This is my surprise phase.
The moment I leaned in, you all stared at me.
Well, you're familiar enough with
Yes.
with
Yes.
the game. Okay, so
And I mean, you were with us when we first reported on it being a thing. You had already joined
He was
the
on the
podcast by that
scene.
point.
the
Yes.
snitcher.
So I think, and it came hot on the heels of Henry Cavill saying that he is afraid to hit on women.
I can't hit on women because I might be a rapist if I do.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
So I was hesitant, with this series. Also, I'm not super familiar with the source material, so
I'm not, though. I haven't played much of any of the games, but I am familiar with the source material because it's a book.
Yeah.
I should say it's a series of.
But I'd heard that the
books.
series of books was not actually very good.
I enjoyed what I've read, but I haven't read a whole lot.
Okay.
I read the first book, which is a collection of shorter stories featuring The Witcher as kind of here's The Witcher, kind of like what they're doing with the show. And actually, there were a couple episodes that were pulled directly from those short stories that I won't talk about.
Yes.
But they're good.
They are very... No spoilers here.
I think that you wouldn't hate it for sure. Henry Cavill's.
That's high praise for anything, really.
Well, nothing will live up to the baseball. Nothing will live up to the baseball, which we'll talk about that later. But overall, I was prepared for it to be bad, and I was kind of hoping it would be, just so I
Sure.
could, bag on Henry Cavill because I still think that phrase he said was so stupid.
Yeah.
But it's worth a watch for sure.
Henry Cavill really pulls off Geralt very well.
Emotionally,
Which isn't really a stretch.
No, I mean, it's kind of what I was expecting. And I mean, I know I was.
It's not the most
initially-
emotionally dynamic character in the world.
I know I was initially like, why Henry Cavill? But then as it went on, I was like, wait, actually, Henry Cavill already acts like a robot. Might as well cast him as the most robot protagonist in video game history.
I can't go up and kill monsters. They might think I'm a rapist.
But aside from all that, honestly, he looks great.
Mm-hmm.
And visually, the series looks outstanding.
The first time I saw him, though, it didn't look so good. Like, not in the show, but those press photos.
Yeah.
It looked like he was wearing that real shitty wig, you know?
Sure.
And it definitely looks a lot better, though.
Yeah, he looks very, very good. And I'm gonna have to finish off that series because I'm interested to see how it plays out and if it becomes a long-standing series. Because at this point,
I think they've already said season 2 is going to be a thing.
really,
It probably, well, it does need to be.
Well, there's a ton of material available.
yeah,
so it
I
makes
know
sense.
there's a ton of material, but I'm kind of shocked because Netflix has started going cancel crazy on a lot of fan favorite series. So, like, Santa Clarita Diet got
makes me so
canceled
sad. I love that
earlier this year, and that was one of my favorites. But the one that we loved so much with the Ferris Bueller with zombies, with what the fuck?
Oh,
Deadlight or whatever the fuck it was.
Something by Dawn.
No.
Dawnbreakers? Daybreakers?
Daybreakers. I think it was Daybreakers.
You guys loved it so much.
No, the series was great.
Yeah,
feel
it
the
was
love.
cool. It was cool.
It was a really cool series. Will not see
That
a
got
second
canceled?
season. Yeah.
Really? Okay.
I'm not surprised, to be honest. It's kind of niche.
But I feel like, I feel like it scratches the same itch for me as Santa Clarita Diet did, where it's taking that.
But being canceled?
It's taking a trope, a horror trope, and turning it into, like putting it into different sort of genres and playing with the idea. Because zombies have been done to fucking death.
Yup.
Yep.
And I am sick of anything that's going to take zombies seriously at this point. And
What was that one movie about that girl dated like a zombie?
Warm Bodies.
That's what it was.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, that's
With,
right. With Nicholas Holt,
Yeah,
wasn't
Nicholas
it?
Holt.
Yeah.
Yeah. And was it?
Was it Emma Stone?
I think it was Emma Stone.
I can't remember. That was a few years. That was a while ago.
That movie was a movie.
Yeah. I know that I've seen it. I don't remember seeing it.
No.
I remember not being impressed with it.
It was such a there were moments. I remember there was one funny part with the dude from Hot Tub Time Machine, the
Chevy Chase.
bald guy from Hot Tub Time Machine.
Cordry.
yeah.
Rob Cordry.
Like him as a zombie was hilarious.
Sure.
But that was the only part of that movie I remember at all.
Right. I remember watching a trailer and going, okay, this looks like it could be pretty funny. And then I watched it and I was like, nope.
Nope. It was a movie.
Yeah.
It was a film.
And since then, there have actually been movies that have done that concept better.
Like what?
I can't remember the names of any of them.
Cats.
Yes. As in a walking nightmare that never dies.
Oh man.
So I watched on the topic of zombies and zombie movies. Apparently, there are 2 Dead Rising films.
Oh yeah.
Live action Dead Rising films.
Really?
Yeah.
How did I not hear about these?
Apparently they were Crackle originals.
I don't even know what that means.
Crackle is Sony's streaming service that no one uses.
Oh.
So I saw them on my Amazon streaming. I'm like, okay, I got to give this a try. My expectations were not high. It was, I've played the hell out of the games. I expect something ridiculous and over the top. That's exactly what I got.
Good.
And Frank West is in it, but not really as a main character. He throughout this zombie outbreak that's going on, basically Zombrex has lost its effectiveness, and a zombie outbreak goes out, in this town, and they quarantine it. But it ends up being this big government cover-up, which, makes sense in the context of the Dead Rising universe. And throughout this whole outbreak thing, Frank West is being interviewed on a news program to get his expert opinion on this outbreak.
That's fantastic.
And all I need, Jasmine's sitting here just kind of not really watching. I'm paying attention. And all of a sudden Frank West goes, "I've covered wars, And I go, yes!
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but there's a word that I'm looking for you hear you say, and I'm gonna say Servbot, and you're gonna tell me yes or no.
Yes.
Yes.
The main character is wearing a shirt with a Servbot head on it.
That is amazing.
And there is a portion of the movie that they don't put a lot of emphasis on. It's just something that he does. He picks up a traffic cone, puts it on a zombie's head.
Hey,
Cool.
And it's
That's how it
like,
should
okay, they're not leaning super hard into hey guys, look, we played the game. They're just doing these nods and kind of tossing them into, this stupid story. And so with all that considered, I gotta say, it's pretty fucking good. I haven't watched the second one yet, but
I'm gonna have to give that a watch for sure.
it's surprisingly good.
Can we add another game movie to the list of game movies that don't suck?
I mean, yes.
I like how you say another.
So-
like that. There's a long list.
No,
there's
another
There's
movie.
not. That's why I'm so surprised that we get to add one because the list is so fucking small.
Yeah. It depends on what your definition of good is in this context.
Not Street
Someone
Fighter.
who has, that's
It's
a
better
low
than bad.
fucking
It's
bar.
good.
Not World of Warcraft.
Double
That's
Dragon.
another very low fucking bar. If your definition of good is someone who hasn't played the game can watch the movie and enjoy it, I think they could, but probably not. They'd probably think it was dumb.
Okay. Well, no, for me, it's can someone who's played the game actually enjoy the movie?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
good.
so.
That-
Absolutely.
That's more or less what
Because
I look
as
for with-
somebody who loves Street Fighter,
There's-
when I saw the Street Fighter movie, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, brother.
There's ridiculous weapon creation. So like the sledgehammer with the circular saw on the other end. There's all that kind of shit. So, and it's not anything that gets super accentuated focus. So they're not like going, "Hey gamers, look over here."
Yeah.
Hello,
It's
gamers.
just
TM.
Something
Rise
that
up.
they do.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
You're still not allowed to say that.
Yeah, I think that's hate speech now.
Yeah, it is. It is
We're
hate
flagged.
Speech. It is hate speech.
Speak-
Sorry,
Oh, you're good.
I finally watched Joker.
Joker.
It was not nearly as
Joker.
good as I thought, as everyone made it out to
You
be.
said as
I liked
good.
it a lot.
It was not nearly as good as
Oh, okay.
everyone made it out to be.
I liked it a lot.
I will see it eventually. It's not a very high priority.
That's just
for me.
like your opinion.
man.
It was fine, but I mean, I don't know. It's
I liked it a lot.
was
I liked
okay.
it mostly because Joaquin Phoenix was really fucking. I'm not allowed to do that.
no,
either.
that's
Crap.
hate speech. We're gonna have to blur that out.
We're just gonna have to blur Tyler out for the
Yeah.
entire time. Well,
Can this podcast title be the NSFW episode?
Technically speaking, all of our episodes are NSFW.
That's
Because we say the
Yeah.
fuck word.
how the fuck do you use that language, sir?
I think I'm gonna have to kick both of you out of my house. My mom won't let you stay over.
Whatever. I'll kick your mom's ass.
Don't do that. My mom's kind of rad.
sorry, Mrs. Riot's mom. He didn't really mean it.
Do we still get milk and cookies?
Rain down your thunderous vengeance upon
Stop,
me.
she's making us bagel bites.
I fear not.
I like pizza rolls better.
But what were you gonna say?
Oh, I was gonna say that. Speaking of, I'm trying to find any segue I can to talk about Mega Man again.
Oh God.
Even I groan sometimes.
No, I saw that somewhere someone posted Capcom has quietly kind of renewed some copyright stuff on Mega Man Legends, among other things. And so I suspect that if the Mega Man Zero collection that comes out in February now.
Yes, let the pain flow through
Does well because they have with that, like I've seen advertising for it, but I was actually unaware of some things until I read the final packaging. That in addition to them being on not a handheld for once, that they've actually kind of redone a lot of the stuff. They have options to play like a newer version as opposed to an older version. And I'm hoping that if that does well, this renewal is Capcom being like, yeah, we're gonna try to sell you guys Mega Man Legends again.
Yeah,
And I really
but I mean,
hope
it's
that-
like going to be a collection with 2 games in it.
Three games.
Oh, there are 3?
Mega Man Legends 1 and 2, and then the Misadventures of Tron.
Oh, that's right.
I'm just gonna straight up say it. I'm never,
We're never gonna see
optimistic when people renew rights to Mega Man stuff.
Yeah, I
Because
mean,
it's just gonna be another nostalgia cash in, and they're not gonna make any new games.
Hey, as long as I can get a T-shirt, a T-shirt with something on it that I like, I'm okay with it now.
do you really want them to make new Mega Man games at this point?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Capcom's fucking killing it. All their games are good right now.
Yeah, they've been
right, but
really
think
on a
about
roll.
well, sure, but think about all of the most recently released mainline Mega Man stuff. Aside,
11
no,
was fucking
you're right,
great.
You're right. Never mind. 11
Give me
was great.
another X game. I'll scream.
Yeah, even if it's just a shameless like it was with Mega Man 9 and 10, where it's just like, look, it's an 8-bit one. It's like, give me another Super Nintendo Mega Man.
Now, I had totally forgotten about 11 and
11.
was thinking that Battle Network and all that kind
Well,
of shit
technically,
was
Star
gonna be
Force
the-
came out after Battle Network.
That doesn't make your argument any better.
No, because it's also just not good.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I have a friend in from out of town, and he made sure to come by the bar last night to let me know that when he listens, sometimes he says, we have opinions that make him want to scream. And he says, we're wrong for hating Battle Network.
Well, Battle Network is oh shit! Fucking
Where
get
is this
him on the
fun?
phone
What's his
right
friend's
now.
name? What's his friend's name?
His name is Nick.
Nick?
You're
Battle
fucking
Network
wrong.
fucking sucks and you're fucking wrong.
It's bad!
It's bad.
I told you last night it was bad, and it's bad now!
It was bad then. It was bad now. It'll be forever bad.
Only Phoebes like Battle Network.
You know what my favorite Mega Man series is? The TV series for Battle Network.
That's another thing that doesn't
I'm gonna work
give me a
angry
lot of
today.
hope for them in creating a new Mega Man is the current Mega Man TV series.
Yeah, it was specifically Legends, so I really hope that it does. They're not trying to look. We made the Mega Man Legends game, but with the TV show Mega Man.
You know they're gonna. You know they're going to
Oh,
do
Brooks,
that.
you know, as somebody who doesn't have quite as much investment in Legends as you do, I think
I'm afraid now.
just to watch you suffer, I would enjoy that. And I would buy you a copy and come over to your house and make you play it.
All right.
Clockwork
I tell you what.
Orange.
I will make this declaration here now. If that happens, then don't come to my house. We're gonna come over here and we're gonna put it on camera. My initial reaction of just me screeching as loud as I can.
That would be a great.
Watch, it's just going to be just like
I have to put Hulk hands on so I don't hurt myself.
Did we give you Mickey Mouse gloves?
it's just going to be just like when we started the playthrough for Fire Emblem,
Oh,
where
it's
you
actually quite
expected
good.
to screech and
This is
actually,
good.
You know what? All right.
Hey, my expectations were so low. The game they put out before it sucked. It was so bad.
I kind of want to do when if this ever happens, we have to do like a little intro sketch where we strap you up like Clockwork Orange. no,
Pry your eyes open and just occasionally dropping saline into your eyes.
That's just the lead in.
All of the footage we released is.
You're right over there.
I can't even get the joke out.
Okay, Dan, you got this. I believe in you.
You're off to a great start.
It's just a colorful space tunnel scene from 2001: A Space Odyssey with Brooks just screaming.
Holy shit! Wait, did Dan just make a movie reference?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, Dan watches movies.
To like a 40-year-old Kubrick film?
Yeah. Have you noticed a lot of the stuff that you asked me if I've seen is new?
Yeah, the old stuff. Speaking of which,
Oh.
it's time for a PSA.
Wheels
about
on
a
Meals.
movie that you guys need to watch.
Wheels on Meals.
Wheels on.
Well, yeah, of
Meals.
course. It's fucking Jackie Chan.
He saw Wheels on Meals this week for the first time, and I've never heard Dan laugh that hard in my life.
It just caught me so off guard. He goes through this entire scene, this incredible stunt where he's sticking like branches into the holes of castling, and he's climbing up. And the moment he peeks his head over that castle wall, for some reason these British mooks are playing baseball. And they just crack one right into his face.
Dude, that's all of the old Jackie Chan movies.
Oh, they're just
That's every fucking Super Cop, fucking Legend of Drunken
Yeah.
Master.
I for some reason I never saw Wheels on Meals. I've seen Drunken Master, but all that shitty slapstick, it makes me laugh so fucking hard.
That's why Drunken Master is one of my favorites for that.
Yeah.
Like absolutely one of my favorites.
And
for
then
that.
they don't make the comedy such a focus that the fight scenes aren't still incredible.
Yeah.
Like, the fight scenes and the final fight scene in Wheels on Meals is incredible.
Sure.
Because
Yeah,
Jackie Chan
he
is
just gets to the fight with that
absolutely
dude for like
ridiculous.
20 minutes.
Yeah.
He's just and then it cuts back, and then it's like, you know, and everyone in the fencing thing at the end was just like, what the hell?
I need to see this movie.
The only thing I need to talk about is they have the Spanish lady in their apartment, and she goes, "Fine, I get it. Which one of you wants to take me first?" And they both turn around and put their hands on each other's backs and go, "No, thanks." And they walk into their bedroom and go to sleep.
Oh man,
I need to see this movie.
Jackie Chan, you are
It's,
too wholesome
it's
for
on
this
Amazon.
world.
Okay.
It's on Amazon.
Okay. I'm gonna have to check this out.
I am
and
going to
report
get
that.
another one that I'm going to make all three of you guys watch, called The God of Cookery.
Okay.
I love God of Cookery.
Okay,
God of
Up
Cookery
top.
is great.
There we go.
God
Yeah.
of Cookery is amazing.
I am-
Stephen Chow, right?
Yeah,
Totally
Lee
unfamiliar
Chow,
with this.
A Golden Harvest production from the 90s. So there's a lot of the same people that are doing the dub work for like Rumble in the Bronx.
Sure.
So you hear some of those voices and you'd be like, oh, that's the uncle from Rumble in the Bronx?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Man, I remember seeing Rumble in the Bronx in the fucking theaters.
I think that was the first Jackie Chan movie I saw. I think that was the first one I saw.
I think that may have been the first one that I saw as well.
I'm trying to think probably my first was probably Rush Hour.
I mean,
Oh, yeah,
It came out
yeah.
like a couple of years after, so it's not that
Okay.
far.
Yeah. Because Rumble in the Bronx was, if I recall correctly, it was Jackie Chan's first proper introduction to American audiences via an American theatrical release.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a Golden Harvest production that Columbia TriStar, maybe?
Yeah, I don't know.
I do not know.
Well, there's
But
a lot of Columbia TriStar movies that Jackie Chan's in for whatever reason.
Yeah.
So you're probably
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
it's pretty good.
And
I like his footwork.
Oh, brother.
We're gonna have to do
Brooks
like,
is really pulling the
Someone
weight
get
on
me
this
a pack of hot
podcast.
dogs. I'm just gonna rub my
Here, let's-
feet all over
let's move this,
Oh, Tyler, put that away. That's an ugly foot.
Yeah.
it is.
I have
beautiful.
beautiful feet.
This is sinful. You're all going to hell.
Hell yeah!
Look, we don't want to make it big any cheap ways. No clickbait, none of that. No fetish words.
The name of this video was "Fuck My Feet for $100."
And now it is.
At the moment we're done, I'm going to record a reaction video about it.
Oh.
Ugh.
I don't know. Recording a reaction video to a fetish video seems a little dicey.
That's just
just
another
becomes a new
fetish
fetish.
video.
It's my reaction, so
Then
it's going to be,
foot-
this is gross.
then it's foot / voyeurism.
Why do I talk to these guys?
This is the sweaty episode. The Topless Robot sweaty episode.
So, Star Wars came out this week.
yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
saw it.
The best segue. What did you think?
Did it have feet in it?
Did it have Star
It did
Wars?
not
in
have
it?
feet. It did have a lot of Star Wars, a lot of wars in the stars. It was okay.
Compare it to.
Let me put it this way.
Do we get to see Emperor Palpatine's feet?
Yes.
Hey,
Holy shit!
there we go.
I'm lying.
Compare it
Just thinking I've
to
never actually seen his legs.
compare it to episode 3.
Okay. It's better. It's more fun.
Does Daisy
It's
Ridley
more fun.
turn into it like a mostly charred corpse and then scream about losing her wife?
Obi-Wan does have the high ground. Obi-Wan gets the high ground, and no. Okay, so
Hello there.
I said that my first words coming out of this movie was, "I've never felt so manipulated by a movie in my entire life," because it has a lot of the same issues that 7 does with
So it's
being
Star Wars.
So it's fan service.
Star Wars
being a copy of A New Hope.
It is a soulless Disney product.
But-
Give us your money.
At the same time, it is better written, and it's more way more fun than a Last Jedi was. Last Jedi was just I still cringe to that movie to this day. But honestly, it just felt like J.J. Abrams had an idea of what he wanted to do with the series that it came in, and Rian Johnson's like, no, and then J.J. Abrams was like, yes. So it just didn't feel like it really did anything. It did not justify this new trilogy, unfortunately. But if you take the movie by itself, it is really fun and really it hits a lot of notes that I really enjoyed. There are some ridiculously cool scenes, and at the end of the day, I liked it. But it's definitely not the ending that people are gonna really want.
Is
if
it
that makes
sure?
sense.
Is it going to get a cat's patch?
Is it going to make AJJ, who were previously so embarrassed by Andrew Jackson that they had to change their name from Andrew Jackson Jihad to AJJ? Will they have to change their name from AJJ to something else because JJA?
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, it's A, comma, JJ. Now.
I liked it. It was good. It's just in terms of an overarching story, and there's some very interesting decisions with in comparison to 8. It's a good movie, but it just overall, if you take the whole trilogy as a whole, it was.
Does
it's
Kylo
not, the
Ren
trilogy
turn to the
fails.
camera
I mean-
and say, "Fuck Darth Vader"?
I feel like good Titans throwback there. I feel like Star Wars is going through an era that eventually Doctor Who went through for me, where it became more about the fan service and not about quality writing. And so...
Because
Fan
everyone in your audience will
service.
continue to watch as long as the name is attached.
Stephen Moffat, who became the showrunner for Doctor Who, wrote all of the best episodes of Doctor Who before he was showrunner. So he was an obvious pick for showrunner. Once he became showrunner, it was fine for a couple of seasons, and then it started leaning too hard on the fan service aspect and not as much story richness, and depth. And I feel like Star Wars is going through the same thing. We've been so long in the fucking tooth on that storyline at this point that J.J. Abrams is just like, hey, you're giving me all this money. I'm just going to lean hard into all the things, all this fan service bullshit, and not focus on story substance or depth. And that's why things like Mandalorian and Rogue One are outshining the mainline series.
I agree with that.
Mandalorian has turned around my opinion about Star Wars as of late because I wasn't.
Ooh, that last episode.
Let's not talk about that. Okay, so the new one comes out next week.
Next Christmas Day.
Christmas? We're getting on Christmas?
Criminals.
Crimbus. Okay, so
Cranchmas.
next week, I propose that we take some time after the podcast, if we have the time, and we discuss The Mandalorian with spoilers.
I'm okay with that. That's
We could do a spoiler cast. Sure.
spoiler cast.
That'd be cool because I have so much I want to talk about.
Yeah.
And I'll make things up. And are they real? Who knows? I haven't seen it.
And we should just acknowledge
Honestly-
the words that he's saying. You're like, yeah.
Honestly, I'll give you my Disney Plus login, because I truly think you will enjoy this.
It's better if I don't watch it.
Yeah. Which one of us is lying?
I honestly
Probably
think that
Darren.
you would super enjoy Mandalorian.
I'm sure I would.
It's an Edo burrito.
Yeah, it is very, very good.
Especially with this last episode.
Yeah.
Last episode I was my interest wasn't waning, but I was getting impatient.
Well,
for
yeah, you were
things.
getting impatient for an overarching thing,
And
which
then this one just, I'm like, yay!
not
and-
every story needs to be told in that way. I mean, Cowboy Bebop has a lot of capsule episodes. Well, not capsule episodes where,
Monster of the
but-
Week episodes.
Yeah,
where-
Monster of the Week episodes. There we go.
which I love. I love Monster of the Week episodes.
And then they get to call on those characters that they've introduced in in a later episode that is tied to a larger overarching story. Here we've got an 8-episode series. It's gonna have to do a lot of character introductions, and the way, I mean, technically, if you think about it, in the sense that these are characters that are pertinent to the core story that we're introducing you to, then the way that they've plotted this out in giving each of these characters the amount of time that they have is perfect.
I 100% agree with that, actually. Again, I think this last episode was just like what I needed.
Yeah.
It's just what I needed.
I hated it. I hated it because I hate two-parters.
Yeah, I hate cliffhangers. Cliffhangers
Yeah.
drive me nuts.
I hate cliffhangers. I hate two-parters. I mean, I knew it was coming as soon as it came on. I was like, oh yeah, Zeke. I was just like, yeah, it's gonna be a fucking two-parter, isn't it?
Yeah, of course.
Yep.
Of course.
I was talking to Will about the
of
the
Will and
series,
Grace.
and if you think about it, like really, we're 7 episodes in, but they're all half-an-hour episodes. If you look at that compared to like other TV series where they're more like hour episodes, we're kind of right around the time episode 3, episode 4 in a full series. That's kind of when they start introducing the new overarching stories anyway. And so I'm just like, I guess it makes sense. And
Yeah.
since we're gonna have a season 2, and obviously they're not gonna wrap everything up from season 1 in this next
absolutely
episode.
not. Yeah.
So I'm okay with it. I think it would have been better if I just binged all of it, and then I wouldn't feel so freaking impatient.
You should have
for
yourself a
something to
Star
happen.
Wars sometime.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. I agree.
Star Wars.
Wars.
And I'd love to see more stuff, in the same vein as Rogue One. Give me the fucking side stories. I don't give a shit about mainline anymore.
I want to find out how. I want a Watto standalone film from episode 1. The guy that owns Anakin and Shmi.
No,
Whatever.
thank you.
Regardless of all of that EU extended universe stuff being non-canon,
Which-
that was always better anyway.
God, that pissed me off so much. When they announced that they were going to start making new mainline movies, I was like, you've got this incredible extended universe that's
No, we
been
have to
built
focus on Luke
over
Skywalker.
decades now. Fucking reach into that.
Non-canon.
You've got so much good shit to pull from.
I just want a good Star Wars horror movie. That's all I want. I want
Actually, that would be
I want
awesome.
a terrifying Star Wars horror movie where it's just people I don't give a shit about, or stormtroopers just getting eaten by some Shuma Gorath looking
Space, but with
thing.
Star Wars.
What's rad is
Yeah.
at this point they've built up, and if they fucking ease off on extended universe being non-canon, they've built up such a universe with this property. You could tell any genre of story
Infinite
in that
stories.
universe.
Not gonna happen.
It would be so rad.
It's the Disney death grip, dude.
Ugh.
I
Oh,
fucking
Disney
hate
Death.
But-
Disney owns Death Grips now.
Yeah.
Sick.
but it did still bring us Mandalorian, which is
I'm a
like
Fandalorian.
a spaghetti western kind of
Yeah.
style.
Yeah.
So I'd love for them to see the popular, like Mandalorian popularity and memes are greatly overshadowing the release of the new film.
yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
obscenely overshadowing any hype that it had. And, like my feed is full of people who like
Your
said that they went.
Feed?
Wow.
Holy shit! Podcast over. I think we're done, fellas. I don't think we need to keep making this anymore. That's it. It was all leading up to that point.
This is where we peak, fellas. Let's retire
This is
while we're
where
at
your
it.
feet, fellas.
Oh, and then you had to go and
You
try and
ruined it.
reproduce it.
Hey, I'm trying to stay on Brandalorian
You ruined it.
here, okay?
But yeah, I mean, if I'm in a place where I feel like if Mandalorian can be made, and with the amount of attention that Mandalorian has gotten, the amount of, I mean, fans fucking love it, non-fans love it. It should inform the direction that they go.
Yeah.
At least I hope so.
You'd think. Yeah, I would hope. I would hope they'd look at Dave Filoni and Favreau, and they're just like, "You guys do this." Now.
Yeah,
please, please.
The only
Giving
thing,
this to Abrams was the wrong move.
the only thing Disney listens to is money, so hopefully that helps.
Yeah.
Technically, it was the lady who's
well-
in charge of Star Wars. Oh, I'm totally blanking on her name right now. There's a lady who like is kind of making this all.
Karen Star War.
Yes, Karen Star Wars. But she's the one that's like made like she's in charge of the movie part of it and like in charge of the creative
should be
direction.
fired.
Yes, she should be.
She
Kennedy.
she should be made
Her last
non-canon.
name's Kennedy. I'm totally blanking on her name.
We don't need to kill another Kennedy.
That band already exists. You don't need to expand it.
The expanded universe of Dead Kennedy.
The Dead Kennedy cinematic universe.
One thing I do have to point out, just with the extended universe stuff, which I do like that Dave Filoni tends to pull a lot of stuff from that. Like for instance, Thrawn was a character, a really interesting villain in one of the extended universe Star Wars book series.
Sure.
He had a few
And
books,
he
right?
he had a whole series, and it's one of the most popular ones.
Mm-hmm.
And Dave Filoni for Star Wars Rebels brought him from those books into the show.
Right on.
So that's pretty cool. And then a lot of the stuff that they've been doing in Rebels and Clone Wars and whatnot has actually been referenced in the new movies too, which is kind of cool. There's
Right.
actually 2 or 3 of the voice actors from Star Wars Rebels, and you hear their voices on screen.
Yeah, I remember you mentioning that. And that's rad.
which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So maybe
I
they're learning something.
I just hope, I hope that it sets the stage for Star Wars future.
I agree.
Star Wars.
Something I know we're heavy TV this episode, but
Sorry, Dan.
Snow Crash is being developed as
Yes.
a TV series.
Yes, I saw that. It should be interesting. I have mixed feelings on the book because I really like the plot for sure.
Yeah,
But there's a couple of problematic things that will need to be addressed in the show
sure.
that I won't
But,
talk about because
I
we're
don't know
already pushing limits.
Oh Lord.
You know.
Oh
But-
Lord.
But let's just say that there's an interesting plot point that takes a couple of liberties, and also, I mean, I've heard that Snow Crash was written as a parody of cyberpunk stuff,
Well,
but it ended up being,
I mean,
being
the
a better
main-
cyberpunk story than most of the ones I've read.
The main character is named Hero Protagonist.
Yeah.
Like
Hiro protagonist?
Hiro.
Yeah,
Hero
I know.
Protagonist.
That's fucking hilarious.
Snow Crush.
Yeah, I am again hopefully optimistic for that. I think. that'll
Oh
be really
yeah,
I've
Well,
never heard of
who-
this book, to be
who's-
honest.
Really?
Who's got a hold of it? Do you know?
cool. I think
we
it's
know?
HBO.
Well, if HBO's got a hold of it, then it's probably going to be decent.
I can't remember. It may be an HBO Max.
There
series.
isn't a whole lot. It's definitely more of a linear story with a couple of side things going
Yeah.
on. So I'm not worried about them muddling up interpersonal relationships between characters because there's like 2 people to care about.
Yeah.
Maybe 3.
Sure.
Yeah, it should be good. I recommend that anyone who hasn't read it should read it.
I will.
Yeah.
Especially if you like stuff like Neuromancer, Virtual Light, or Ready Player One.
Yep.
You know what? I think we've talked about Snow Crash the book in a previous episode.
Yeah, we have.
Like
'Cause
a
now
year
I
ago.
Because he was reading it a year ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because now I'm remembering the hero protagonist thing too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm super hopeful about that.
Yeah.
I think that'll be. It has the potential to be fucking awesome.
I really hope that Snow Crash will lead someone else to pick up some of Gibson's work.
Yeah.
Like, I really want to see the Bridge trilogy, Virtual Light, Idoru, and All Tomorrow's Parties.
Mhm.
I hope someone takes that and makes that a thing.
Can I
Yep.
point out really quick? I love that we're getting so many better adaptations than we used to
Oh, of books?
of books and
Than we used to, yes, but it's still definitely wildly hit or miss.
Mm-hmm.
It's gotten a lot better though.
More hits.
Like
than
it
misses
used
this
to be
year.
more misses
Yeah.
than hits.
There definitely used to be significantly more misses than we are currently getting.
Yeah.
But,
It's mostly like the TV shows adaptations have
Yeah,
all been
absolutely.
pretty solid. Like yes, movie adaptations are still
Dark Tower.
uh-huh.
That might be my personal most hated book to film adaptation.
Yeah, but you also were heavily invested in the source material.
I very much am.
For me that was Hobbit 3 and
Ah,
then
yes.
Aragon.
I thought that
because
movie didn't exist.
Oh, I mean yes, you're right. That movie.
they
did not
they
exist.
didn't need 3 Hobbit
No.
films.
They didn't
I
need
didn't-
any of those ones.
I need to get another
They didn't need any of those ones. But if they're gonna make, I mean,
Fucking-
let's take
I am
the
still pissed that Thorin fucking Oakenshield surfs down a river of gold on a fucking wheelbarrow. He might as well have said fucking cowabunga. Like what the fuck?
I'm
We've-
still pissed that Dane was the only CGI'd fucking dwarf in the goddamn.
not-
Give me another beer. I need a pee.
we've been here. We've been here.
I know.
The nerd
We've
rage
been
is
here.
strong.
And I love digging up these old wounds because I enjoyed all the movies because I didn't give a fuck.
I love
It just doesn't make sense where they're like it took forever for Jackson to get the Lord of the Rings movies to get picked up by a studio, and he was going to just do all 3 books as a single film. And finally, when because he got turned down so many times trying to make more than 1 film per book.
Thank God. for New
And
Line.
so, yeah, he went to New Line and they go, well, how many books are there? He goes, 3. He goes, why not? They go, why not make 3 movies? He's like, ah! So it pisses me off that then when it comes time to do The Hobbit, they're like, how many books are there? 1. Let's make 3 movies.
Yeah,
But
that's
there's
definitely
not
a dumb
enough source
choice.
material. Legolas.
make some shit up.
Make the dwarf and the pretty elf have a relationship.
Yeah.
I just like when nerds get angry about stuff.
Yeah, I do too, except when it's me. Except when it happens to you, Dan.
Nah.
Someday it will. They're going to take something that you love, which is nothing. They'll take nothing and bastardize nothing so hard that you have to like something.
They literally just take nothing and make it something. And Dan's like, you've ruined it.
You know, the adaptation with my head was better.
See, it usually just makes me laugh when that happens, though. Like when the things that I love are crushed and bastardized, I'm just like, this is just the way of all things anyway. Like, the void is our final destination.
This is the way.
Damn, on
Oh
point.
my God.
Today.
Oh my God. So
Anything video game related happened this week?
I don't think so.
I mean, so we're in the video game slump. We're in the holidays.
Yeah.
It's a video game slump.
Yep.
We're a year before the next consoles.
Yeah.
And the only video game news that I had was Stadia dropped some new games today, or not today, but this past week.
Yeah, Hoarder Grams 3. Right?
Borderlands 3, one of the Ghost Recon games, the most recon Ghost recent games.
All I heard was Ghost Recon. I'm sorry.
One of the most recent Ghost Recon games, and something else. And I picked up Borderlands 3. It's been great. It fucking, runs super well. That's pretty much all I can say. Ghost Recon Breakpoint is what came out most recently. And it's interesting. Oh, yeah, and Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2.
Xenoverse was fun.
I liked Xenoverse.
They announced the day before Borderlands 3, or the day of that Borderlands 3 dropped. And they dropped Borderlands 3 and Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 on the same day. And they're just like, hey guys, community update. There's some games coming out today, right now. And then day after tomorrow is going to be Ghost Recon. Cool.
Have fun. So wait, you're telling me that Google doesn't know how to properly market their services?
Actually, I'm
a
telling you
falsehood.
that their publishers are the ones who control the release dates and just said, hey, this is ready, go.
Also, we mentioned Xenoverse, and I feel an obligation every time this happens. Never forget that someone just named their character Refrigerator.
Well, yeah,
Oh, now I need to
Frieza,
make it.
Kula.
Yeah.
Refrigerator.
Vegetable.
Yeah.
And Stadia also, again, kind of showing the benefits of it as a service, just rolled out new features just because.
That's cool.
So now we've got achievements and things like that. They gave founders an additional buddy pass, so now we had 2 buddy passes to give out, which gives someone a 3-month pro subscription and shit like that, so they can get on Stadia before it goes free and public in February.
Ooh.
So
Stadia. Free? What?
What?
They're not just going to give me something, are they?
no.
Yeah.
The platform itself is going to be free, and then you can buy games and use it on that platform.
Nothing is ever free.
So it's basically like you don't have to buy a system, but you can buy these games and not have to worry about the specs of your computer in order to play them at the highest specs.
Oh.
I love worrying about the specs of my computer, though.
Yeah, my computer still has an on button. Good enough for me.
But yeah, I think it's going to be, it'll be nice once EA brings their Origin Premier subscription program to.
How could you remind me that Origin exists?
Well, their
EA, more like
Origin
EGAD.
is no longer associated with. I mean, it is associated with the application that you used, the garbage application that they
Thing
used
was so
to
bad.
download. But it's also the name of their subscription service, so you get hundreds of EA titles for like $30 a year.
Oh boy, all those EA titles
There's
I
a
want to
lot
play.
of decent
FIFA
EA
20, brother, give me FIFA
Hell
20.
yeah. It uses the same engine as MGS5.
You forget that Dungeon Keeper is part of EA's library. So it's like all of these great old games. Like EA was the publisher for a lot of very, very
the day.
good.
Yeah, that's
games.
true. We had FIFA 17, FIFA 18, FIFA 19, and now FIFA 20.
My favorite part about FIFA 20 is that they in a lot of stadiums they had the freaking like last year in it still, and it was like 2019. Like they never changed the banner.
That's funny.
And it was just like, can you be more like upfront about how you just copied your game from last
funny.
year and released it again?
Hey, we
I don't
updated the
particularly
roster.
mind that people enjoy playing those games. That's fine. But it's a hilarious thing to me with the bar that I work at that people will come in and say, yo, do you have Madden? And I say, yeah, I have like Madden 16. They're like, oh, bro, like, do you have the new one? I was like,
Why
yeah,
the fuck
yeah,
would
I
we
do.
have the new
It's
one?
the same fucking game.
Yeah.
Like, if you like playing it, that's cool, but the improvements they make are marginal at
Yeah.
best, dude.
Yeah.
This one has a feature that lets you, if you play the Patriots, to let you cheat more and steal plays from other teams.
There are people
my
who will
attempt
make
at a
the
topical
argument that
sports
they update the player stats and shit like that.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Now you can play as John Madden himself.
What am I doing on a football field?
This is coming from somebody who likes football. Those games are stupid.
They're bad.
I was
doing
always an NFL Blitz fan.
Yeah, because it wasn't a real football game.
Exactly.
You could just fucking take anyone out whenever you wanted.
Yeah, it was fucking great.
Your character would run so fast it would light on fire, and then you could tackle people.
It was great.
And you could take your memory card, to the arcade machine. I remember seeing that.
oh yeah,
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
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 I think Starfighters has one of those.
Well, we have gotten to the end of the podcast.
Oh no!
Oh no.
So
I'm gonna have to put my shoes back
oh
on.
Christ.
Get in my car,
Oh Christ.
which is not shaped like a foot,
Allegedly.
allegedly.
Instead of going over what games we've been playing this week, I figured we'd go around and kind of share our Christmas plans if we are celebrating or whatever. So,
All right. Dan.
Gonna open presents at my parents' house, start drinking, then I'm gonna roll over to this house where I'm sure other people will be hanging out, and I'm gonna get fucked up.
It's the
call.
true meaning of Christmas.
Gonna get fooked.
how about you, Brooks?
Me? Well, this is the first year that Christmas Day.
Sorry, Brooks. We'll get to be mean to Nick. He's going to come with me and hang out at Christmas. So we can bully him about Battle Network. He's going to come here and we can give him a fucking noogie, dude.
Swirly.
Fucking nerd.
We'll
You
slip-
like Mega Man Battle Network?
Have you ever had a swirly in a toilet that has a bidet?
You just push him into the Christmas tree. Sorry, Brooks. Please continue.
No, we'll super glue a copy of Battle Network on the DS to his forehead.
No, right on the back of his shirt where he can't reach it.
Yeah, well, that's my new Christmas plan.
Fuck what you were doing before.
No, so this is the first year that I have not been able to spend Christmas proper with my folks because they're going to be visiting my aunt in Seattle. So I did Christmas today. Got bad vegan food and got a responsible adult presents, which is kind of a bummer.
Obviously not socks.
No, but I did get a nice goose down comforter, so like some nice. But
do that.
Christmas Day, so Christmas Day this year, I am going to have a little shindig with some friends, like dinner, and then I'm probably gonna come over here, and then I've got Drinksmas, and that's gonna book my Christmas entirely. So
Very nice. Very nice.
How about you, Tyler?
scheduled breaks for merriment and or joy.
You literally have to schedule, guys. 15-minute break for merriment and joy.
Wistful imagination, 37 seconds.
Set your Google alarm.
I get to that part of the script and go, what do these words mean?
What are these strange characters? What language is
Feel them
this?
out. Feel them out.
Merriment. What?
That's not Rumplemints.
I can't drink this.
How about you, Tyler?
I actually had a Secret Santa party last night, which was pretty fun. Drank a whole bunch and proceeded to make fun of Carter for 2 straight hours.
Oh, wait. Carter sent me a picture of you with a dildo on your head.
Yep.
Dildo
That
corn
happened.
Tyler.
That happened.
Beautiful.
I had a dildo on my head last night. It was
Why?
because we have a tradition in our Secret Santa group. We've been doing Secret Santa for like 5 years or something. And when we started it, like we were talking about either doing Secret Santa or White Elephant. But everyone vetoed White Elephant because we all knew we'd all buy dildos for each other. And Kevin, one of my friends, Kevin, he got really angry that we aren't doing a White Elephant just because we can't.
Because you're not responsible.
We're not responsible.
Yeah.
So he, of course, bought a dildo. And every year that dildo goes from whoever has the dildo gives the
Gives
dildo
it the
off to
next
whoever
year.
they
See,
got
that's
fired up
nice.
with.
My Christmas party, which by the way was this Friday, and I missed it. And someone brought a fucking claymore to my house and chopped a pumpkin in half without me.
Oh,
Those
dear.
inconsiderate fucks.
Dude, I'm still pissed about it. But we do a White
Let's go
Elephant.
to Pumpkin Hill.
I know that it's here. I can sense it in my feet. The great emerald's power allows me to feel. But anyway, we have a big chest called the Scumbo chest, and it's we always put things that are Mardi Gras themed in it because Scumbo was formed during Mardi Gras in New Orleans, and every year someone puts like dumb shit in it, like boxes of Zatarans. This year there was a 6-pack of Abita Mardi Gras Bach, another box of Zatarans. Oh, it's great.
That is fantastic.
I think personally it's better than just regifting a dildo.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah,
but
but-
regifting a dildo, it's a big,
But if
pink,
you-
veiny dildo too.
If you roll
It's
it
got girth.
in Cajun seasoning, though.
And
Ryan, what are you doing for Christmas, brother?
Yeah.
this year we're going to be spending it with Jasmine's family. They're going to be coming over. We've got the tree up. We've got the stockings hanging above the fireplace.
like
And
Christmas
I
threw
don't
up
know
on your
why
room.
all you assholes think you're coming over here.
I invited myself.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a dump on your head.
But yes, once the family things are done, we're gonna. I mean, we haven't even made an event for it, but you know.
And then it all converges to the final point of us pushing Nick into the Christmas tree.
Yes.
Okay,
absolutely,
good.
yes.
Now we're on the same page.
Can we tape his butt cheeks together?
as long as it's just glue on either side of a Battle Network cartridge. You just-
And on that note, thank you for watching and or listening. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Holidays.
I'm taking off today at 3. Sometimes you have to sit if you want to make a stand. Hate to shit, taking liberties. Taking liberties.
Luke, it says I'm locked out of my account again.
Hey guys, if you liked the video, you should Line?
Subscribe.
Subscribe.